Bonjour, welcome to Paris and Beyond tour. Bonjour, Lena. And we're going to do one of these casual cooking share because right now it's the strawberry season, and I got some magnificent Clary strawberries from the market this morning. And Lena just loves to have these strawberry cakes. So we're going to make this is what she wants for her birthday, but she's born in November when there are no strawberries anymore. So I decided to show her. This is the first year that we do it together. This is something that I've done not too often, so I will have to read my ingredients list once or twice. But I've done it when I was a kid. My mom loved to cook. She's cooking this traditional French food, and the fraisier, I love it because it allows you to enter the world of crème pâtissière and crème mousseline really easily. And so when you have this crème mousseline mastered, you can crème pâtissière, crème mousseline mastered, you can do anything in life. You can become the person you want to be. So that's why we're going to do this together. And I guess, do you have any comments? Can you read the comments on this?
Yeah, bonsoir from Lynn, coucou from
Hey,
French
Lynn.
Tennis Star.
So it's easy. We're going to do the simplest version. I'm not going to use gelatin and pink stuff to do a really nice smooth surface. What's important to me is the taste, what's inside ourselves. And so it's three parts for the fraisier. The first part is what we call it's almost a macaron. It's an almond based cake. It's like some people call it the Mona Lisa sponge cake, and so it's a sponge cake with almonds basically, and so it gives a sponge cake can be dry, but the fact that you put almond powder in it will bring a bit of fat in between the sponge cake, which makes it still fluffy. And so this is the first thing. The second thing is the mousseline. Of course there will be strawberries in between. Mousseline, which is a soft crème pâtissière with butter. And the last thing we do is what? Is a crème chantilly. So what do we need to do a proper crème chantilly? We need only 3 ingredients: cream, sugar, vanilla. And to make it, we're going to take this bowl. I'm going to make my chantilly inside this. And I'm going to put it in the freezer. Boom, from the very beginning, so that it's cold. And then I already have my crème liquide, crème fleurette entière. So crème fleurette is really like the base of it. This is like a liquid heavy cream. I don't know how to call this exactly. And so that's it, right? You full fat, and you leave it in your fridge. So it's already in the fridge, it's fine. Second thing that's important for us is the fact that the butter, again, last time we talked about the beurre désigné. I'm from Normandy. I'm always going to use that location, a specific location. Arrête de manger le truc, toi. Specific location. And so you have to leave it out at least 2 or 3 hours before you start to cook so that it's completely soft, you see. If it's not soft, if the temperature between this and your crème pâtissière, the gap is too high, it's going to make little little balls, granulated butter inside your cream, which is not what you want. It's going to tranche your cream. So you want it to be soft like this, and that's it. Third thing, because we cook a cake with these sponge cakes, we need to preheat the oven. So we have an oven underneath, 200 Celsius. I don't know which thermostat, it depends, like 200 Celsius. And it's like this. We can even do 180, depends on our speed, right? Lena is with me, so while you do we do what you can.
Bonsoir from Pat West and bonsoir from Mrs. Sarita.
Nice to meet you, Pat and Sarita. So again, beginning of the week, I was in Normandy, and so I got back these eggs. You see, you can see they're coming from the farm, right? There is no numbers on it. So let's see if there is nothing in it, because we got a rooster not too long ago. So I'm going to start the crème. And the thing is that we're going to use the same 3 eggs for both parts of the cream on one side and the sponge cake on the other. So for the cream, we use the yellow. So I put all the white on one side. Tac. Tac. So I'm separating my whites. Tac. We never open the eggs, crack the eggs on the side of the bowl.
Why not?
Because it's dirty. Because you have more chance to break to put the shell inside the bowl when in that case. When I do this, you see, I can make a proper round cut. Wow, that was nice.
Bonsoir from Barb.
Nice, how are you, Barb? So that's it. Boom, boom, boom. We've got. So you see, it's farm eggs. There's stuff in it. We're going to clean it. It's nothing disgusting. It's fine. It's just a natural product, so you always have little things in it. So up, we remove these things. Tick, 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 up.
Bonsoir from Andrea.
Some people even filter these so that you don't have also the this thing. Thank you, Lena. Up. Et voilà. So we're going to leave the whites for a while because we're going to use the whites for the other part of the cake. Now we focus on this. First, we're going to say what we call to whiten our eggs. Well, I'm not whitening them too much because I'm using this wonderful full sugar. There is still some molasses in it. And tac, tac. Usual technique. Ouais, attends, Léna, on va mettre du sucre d'abord. So oven is started. So I do the technique, I'm doing reverse, so I'm going minus. Tiens Léna, tu peux faire si tu veux. On va mettre 60 grammes, so it's about 3 spoons like this one. Eventually, I'm going to write all the recipe afterwards. Ouais, c'est bien. Je vais en mettre un tout petit peu plus pour arriver à 60. Tac. Hop, et voilà. Tiens. Non, avec ça. Non, avec ça. Non, Léna. Bon, voilà. Negotiation, negotiation, negotiation. Allez, avec un peu plus de conviction, là.
Andrea says that he visited when he was 17 years old and he'd want to come back home.
Yeah.
And we wish soon that all of you can come to Paris again.
C'est bien. Il faut que ce soit lisse, Léna. Allez, 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 continue, continue, continue. J'entends encore les grains. So, she's mixing it right now. And you see, we had granulated sugar. And so you can feel, like, can you hear? Can you come closer? You hear that there is actually the sand of the sugar still going on. So you need to go a bit faster. And the goal is that you can go famous. Hop, vas-y now. Okay, because I have such a good help, I will be able to do my milk at the same time. That's it, 270. So you put your milk to warm up. Allez, Léna.
T'entends là?
Ouais. Okay, now,
Vanille. Vanille.
hop. Très bien.
What is this?
This, just egg and sugar.
What you are opening right
And
now?
what I'm putting now is natural aroma of vanilla. And the thing is that this is natural aroma, but they cut it with a bit of caramel. If you want real the proper taste, when you go to just like about 1 soup spoon like this, up inside the milk, up, and then we turn off the milk. If you want to have the taste like you get in a bakery or in a fancy restaurant, normally they don't use that, or they use like industrial quantities, so different types of thing. You can find the fake vanilla, but I will never recommend it. It's like basically it's petrol-based taste, so you shouldn't get this. And so this is vanilla with a bit of caramel. So this is good. You see, it makes
Tu
like
vas le mettre là-dedans?
Non, on va faire l'inverse. On va chauffer ça, on va chauffer le lait, et ensuite on va mettre le lait dans là, et ensuite on rebascule ça dedans.
Any questions so far, guys?
So this is the base of crème pâtissière. So eggs, sugar on that side,
Calme.
vanilla and milk on this side. And there is one thing that we are going to add while the milk is warming up. We have to be really careful with the milk. You have to keep stirring it, because otherwise it will start to stick like this. So I'm going to lower a bit the fire because I cannot coordinate Lena at the same time. Hop, Lena, attends. Hop. And it's, I think 25 grams or 20 grams of flour. Yeah, that's it. And so this is the strawberries are not typically from Normandy. They are more from the climate is more from Brittany. You have amazing strawberries in Brittany, France, or from the Périgord. Périgord has got amazing strawberries.
Oh.
That's it. Léna, j'aimerais juste que tu fasses attention. Tu es capable de faire attention.
Non,
Donc tu tiens, hop, voilà. Tu ne lâches pas.
mais c'est moi qui mets. Papa.
Tiens.
Et tu tiens le fouet.
Hop.
Tu tiens le fouet, toi.
Tiens. Tiens, Léna. C'est bon. Tiens. T'as juste à taper. So. Non, 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 c'est bon, j'ai déjà mis la quantité, elle est la botte. Voilà.
Tu m'as surpris, toi.
Ouais. Tiens, vas-y. Occupe-toi de ton truc. It's fun to do it this way. I feel like everybody is around me. I have a cameraman, I have a daughter to handle. And it's kind of a fun setting. But it's better than cooking alone, I guess. Right? Otherwise, I'm cooking alone in the evening when I'm doing all this dessert, because usually I'm doing this dessert at night. What is that take? Right? Hey! How are you, Andrea?
How's everyone?
How is everyone? And so, up, when you do the milk, you cannot stop stirring it. Right, we're going to higher a bit the fire. Lena, ça va? Tu mélanges bien?
Ouais.
So this is how it's going with the flour. So crème pâtissière, eggs, sugar. The milk is here with the vanilla, about to be ready. And then she's really doing it well. You see, she's catching all the flour. And here, when we start to see bubbles, you know, our milk boils. So make sure it doesn't stick, because milk, sugar, eggs, they all stick to the bottom of the pan. It's getting ready. Ooh, the vanilla smells so good. In case you use real vanilla, which I don't use often, you have to you put it there in your milk. What I would say is that you put it in your milk bottle before you cook it. It's a friend of mine who lived in Réunion for a while who is doing that. And so you leave your opened vanilla inside. So now it starts to be good. You see, up, the milk is growing. You see, it was foaming. So now the milk is ready. Boom, we're going to up the last drops. Tac, tac. C'est bon, Léna? On n'en a pas partout?
Ouais.
So we're going to do it in 2 times. You see, she already mixed really well, this thing. It's a weird yellowish, huh? But with the butter that comes up, it's going to be really good. Really soon. Up, let's put ourselves there. I think I just lost one of my cooks, you know. That's it. Tac. We put a little bit.
Mia.
Tu veux mélanger?
Ouais.
Vas-y. Ok. Ok, vas-y, mélange bien, mélange bien, mélange bien. Fais attention à tes petits doigts. And now we put the rest of it. No need to clean this right now because we use it in 2 seconds. Ok, je peux? So you see now it's super liquid, you see? Super... Tu fais quoi? Super liquid. So liquid that I can actually do this. Look. You see how liquid this is? And this is normal. But we have put flour already. So what's going to happen is that you have these amidon, right? The starch inside the flour that's going to be liberated. The starch liberated. And so when you do this, now we warm it up. It can take a certain time. The goal is to do it slowly. If you put it on maximum fire, and you're going to burn it. So right now I'm doing medium fire, and I'm mixing gently, and you cannot stop because, as I said, 3 elements stick to the bottom of the pan. It's sugar, milk, and eggs, and now you have 3 of them all together in one go. It's still even, I start to see it's a bit foamy, and magic will happen. J'arrive maintenant. À la fin. Tout à la fin. You see, it's thickening gently. I'm on mid fires. If I was doing too high, and you don't need, you know, this is what I really like about this recipe. I mean, the recipe of the crème pâtissière, because this is so far only crème pâtissière, has been designed in the 1600s. So they don't need all this fancy product, you know, to make it happen. Up, cut the fire when it's like this. You see, it's already amazingly good now. If you I put the normal flour, you know, from wheat. You can use the starch from cornstarch. Usually cornstarch we use it when we're doing the flan that you get from the patisserie bakeries in Paris, because cornstarch is retaining more water, so it's going to make a thicker dough like this. So that's it. Look at that. And now I will just do a quick rinse to this thing. Okay. I'm going to transfer it in 2 seconds. I come back. So this is the standard crème pâtissière. You can find, I will put the proportions I use today, and but you can produce for a kilo, produce for like a small pie, you can produce for all of these things. And this is the staple of all great French desserts. Like all the favorite desserts of people, usually there is always a bit of crème pâtissière in it. And even in tarte normande you have something similar to it. So I have my clean bowl, I have this, you have to keep turning, otherwise it's going to do a skin. So we're going to do two things right now. We're going to cool it down quickly. So I do this. Up. Up. So if you have time, you do it the night before and you leave it in the fridge. But honestly, I've read people do that. I used to do it. But honestly, I really like to do it this way. Léna, j'arrive avec le beurre. Tu vois, le beurre, on va le faire après. D'abord, on fait le... Là, on a fini notre crème pâtissière. Hop.
On va faire notre beurre.
Hop. Tiens, tu veux léger ça?
Non.
Ok. Hop.
Oh non. Le beurre. Non.
So right now I've put this back with water, but I'm not going to cook it. I'm going to cover it. Léna, je t'ai dit de ne jamais t'asseoir sur la cuisine, s'il te plaît, Léna. Up. And so we cover it. And you get this film in touch. Attends, Léna, est-ce qu'on voit? Up. We cover it and we put it, we have to touch up the cream, because if you don't, it's going to make a skin, and so we don't want to have a skin, because as soon as you are going to reuse it afterwards, you see, it's going to have like chunks inside your cream, which is not what something we want. That's it. You have just realized maybe your first crème pâtissière, and I hope you liked it. Now, what we're going to do is the Mona Lisa cake, Joconde, whatever you like it. It's basically almond, because almonds used to come from Italy. In my family, when we're doing this, usually we're using the hazelnuts, because this is something that grows in the bushes in Normandy a lot. So we're using these hazelnuts that grow everywhere. And now what we're going to do, wow, I have a kid on fire, right? That's it when you let them eat too much sugar on their own. So now let's go for the let's go for the Non, Léna, je vais te dire quand on l'ouvre. Je te le dis quand on l'ouvre, tu me fais confiance? So, what I do usually is to powder my almond myself, because I keep my almonds full in order to grind them when I need, and so I can have both products in one. I have ground almonds. Hop, tu le fais? And I can have powdered almonds. Hop, attendez là. Hop, shake, shake. This is so much fun. This thing is what my parents were using to. Ok, attends. That's it. So, almonds, check. We're going to take back the chunks in it. It takes several times sometimes. Up, up, up. So you see, I unplug it before I touch it, as always. If you don't have this, just normally you can find powdered almond everywhere. And normally
Non. Je commence à faire.
Okay. So otherwise you get the powdered almond directly.
Je vois pas.
Up. It also gives you this rich color, brownish color. This morning when we were doing the video at the bakery, they had the same base. They were using their own powdered almond, or like full powdered almond. You can buy it this way as well. You don't need to be from white almond. And if you're from the US, you should get almonds because like all of them are coming from California anyway. So that's it. We're going to need to have these powdered sugar as well. So I'm taking the same sugar I'm using usually. Up. And we do the same with the sugar. Right there. Up. So we do the sugar. The bowl. Can you come? Because I cannot do everything. It was easier to do this. Tu le fais? Tiens, tu fais les là?
Ouais.
That's it. Crystal sugar. Call it le sucre glace. So it's a really thin powder. We're going to need the same thing when we do the what's it called? The crème chantilly. Up. Up. So now, what do we need? We're going to go back to, at the time we had white of eggs. Like this is gone, no need anymore. I'm going to clean it later. So we take back the white of our eggs and we needed to put some sugar. Oui, c'est toi qui vas faire.
Non, c'est là-bas.
Ouais, j'arrive. Tac, tac. Tac, tiens. And the trick, so we're going to do kind of a meringue, so that kind of a meringue. Attends Léna. Tu fais quoi Léna? Tu essaies de faire des câlins à maman depuis tout à l'heure?
Oui.
Hop. 35 grammes.
Ça fait un, papa. Regarde, ça fait un maintenant. Un. faire un avec
Hop.
je fais le pain, un biche
Tiens, tu mets le sucre?
Oui.
C'est toi qui mets? Et moi je commence à touiller. Et ensuite tu continues de touiller. Vas-y, tu peux y aller. So, attends Léna, on va mettre d'abord, on va commencer à
C'est moi.
best investment of my life. Tiens, vas-y. Voilà! Look at this. Okay. So that's only the first spoon of sugar. This is what you get.
Well done, Lena.
Second spoon. Vas-y, Léna. Tu peux même mettre encore un peu plus. Ok, vas-y. Tiens, tu continues? Fais deux mains. Okay, well done. You see, you have like
Il
these
se fait.
really nice. So it's kind of a meringue. So that's this is the meringue base. Non, on va pas les lécher pour l'instant, Léna, parce que pour l'instant, on va faire le reste d'abord. So now we go back to our wonderful egg. Pop a full egg inside it.
Well
Léna,
done, Lena.
Tu peux mettre toute la poudre d'amande et tout le sucre dans l'œuf. Ah, c'est peut-être un peu loin. Attends, c'est peut-être un peu loin. Tiens, tu mets toute l'amande, tout le sucre. Et voilà. Et voilà.
Et je fais mélanger.
And so right now, hop.
Non.
Si. Very gently. You don't want the entire kitchen to be repainted. Alright, so we do it like this and up. Tu le tiens bien. Okay. Alright. So you see, it's nice, but it's really liquid right now. We're going to give it, we want this to become actually a cake, so we have to add some flour in it.
Wow.
A good 20 grams of flour. Give me a spoon. Tac.
mélanger avec
So-
ça.
The first time I used the
On va mélanger avec
Non,
ça.
on va continuer à mélanger avec ça. Hop, c'est bon. I use this thing when I'm doing the crème pâtissière because it's really important. Like when I was doing the crème pâtissière, I use this to filter through the flour because it's really important the smoothness of the crème pâtissière, that it's like there is no bunch.
Non, il faut juste ça.
Okay, and look, this is the texture you are supposed to get. And go a bit faster. You see that? It's not like when you do it. So this was the texture we're supposed to get. When you're doing it, it's supposed to like up nice. It's almost, you could almost do macaron with that. One day we're going to do macaron, it's really close from this. See that? Hop, tu veux lécher ça, Léna?
Non,
Non?
je voulais laisser la mousse
Okay.
qui était là.
So now it's going to be a gentle touch.
Ça,
The
je vais
gentle
mettre ça
touch.
là.
So I already prepared my mold. There is a bit of oil in it. It's supposed to be non-sticky, but I always put a bit of oil inside these ones. And yeah, really tastes like
On va
macaron.
mettre la vanille là-dedans.
Maintenant, Léna, on va récupérer ça. The Maryse, and we do this. Tu veux mélanger?
Ouais.
So when you do this, when you transfer from these white foams to these préparations, ce qu'on appelle l'appareil in French, so the liquid part and the foamy part, you have to put a bit of foam inside the appareil, inside the liquid part, so that this becomes lighter. If it's too heavy, it's going to crush the entire foam effect of the other part. Wow. Je peux continuer un petit peu?
Non.
Ok. Est-ce qu'on peut en remettre un petit peu?
Ouais.
Vas-y, je vais en remettre un petit peu. So you put a good half of it first inside your bowl. You see, it's getting lighter. It's getting like a nice, really nice foam. And it's going to cook so fast because there is no egg yolk in it. And so this is going to be really like cooking macaron. Within 10-12 minutes it's going to be over. Meanwhile, while we're doing this, we're going to rework on our cream that goes, and we're going to prepare the strawberries. Tac. You put everything inside. Do your transfer. C'est la chanson de Babar.
Non. Ola i o chacha. Ana ini o popo. Ana ha papa rui o rolo.
And so right now we have already this, I don't know if it's French really, a cake. How can a cake be French? But for the crème pâtissière, 100% made in France, designed in France for the first time. Any questions so far? How are you? So of course it's a bit harder to do it on the same time, so this is why I didn't bother to put the recipe this time. But I'm going to give it to you afterwards and you can rewatch. And also something that I wanted to talk about. Something that I wanted to talk about is that we're going to launch a group to go with our page with Josephine. And we're going to be able to have these sessions, maybe private sessions when we cook together and we can have these exchanges, we can have these like promo codes on the tool we do, but also like you can exchange anything your experiences. This is perfect. Look at this. Wow. Right, it's not macaron level because we're not doing macaron right now. Macaron, you're supposed to be able to do the 8 like this. Oh, you see the 8?
Yes.
Yeah, but this is not work as a macaron. But normally macaron, it's like a bit smoother even because this is just to be a.
Oh, je peux faire un 8.
Vas-y, essaye. It's supposed to be a sponge cake, not a macaron. Hop. So now. So why am I using that specific mold? It's because not everybody has at home the circle to cut these sponge cake 15 centimeter, 5-inch diameter, 6-inch diameter, 4-inch diameter, whatever. And I don't need to make people buy, or even myself, because I have it at my mom's place. She has these kind of things. But I don't need to invest in like tens of thousands of, maybe not tens of thousands, hundreds of euros, dollars into the equipment that's going to make my life such a amazing pastry life, you know. So I'm just using what we have, and we all have, at least I hope for you, these pound cake mold, right? You can do so many things with that, salty, sweet, things like this. And so these molds are just life. So right now, what I'm going to do is to cook it. It's going to grow, then we remove it, we cut it into slices, we just keep what we need, top and bottom, and in between we're going to put the cream and the strawberries. So the oven is already warm, and so since it's already warm, I just need... Ouais, non, on va faire le beurre dans 2 secondes. Hop. Tac. Hop. That's it. Stop. Already heat. And I put it for 10 minutes, 12 minutes. Yeah. It feels like Top Chef. 12 minutes, I'm supposed to be all done with everything. So, now 2 things. I'm cleaning this. I will need my scale for the last. Non, Léna. On va mettre. Pourquoi pas? Tu veux mettre ça là-dedans?
Ouais.
Ok. J'ai besoin de 130 grammes, Léna. I need to clean this because I need it.
60 grammes.
Alors, ça fait combien? 130 grammes moins 2 doigts, c'est ça?
Ouais.
She's eating everything even before we touch it. She's like, hey, maybe I should try that butter, right? To make sure it's good to eat. So, okay. So French butter is different than any other butter. It's supposed to be more fatty. So now, how about this thing?
Un poteau au loup, mon autorité.
C'est bon?
Oui.
So, oh, t'as coupé combien déjà?
2 parts.
Attends, ouais. Garde tes parts. Garde tes parts.
J'ai envie de faire comme la petite dame. Le plat, là. Par des petits.
Allez, continue de couper. Là, 50 grammes déjà. Mais pourquoi tu changes de côté? Non. Ouais, plus.
Non,
plus.
tu dois l'enlever.
D'accord. Bouh, 130. Allez, pile poil.
Ouais, c'est pile poil.
That's it. So, tu peux l'écraser, Léna?
Ouais.
Hop. This is what we call the beurre pommade. And pommade is kind of a hard cream that you put on your back to rub people's back. And so now, up, we crush it. A 4-year-old can do it. You can do it. You can do it as well.
Ah, tu peux le faire, papa.
J'arrive.
Oh, mon todo pipipo. Oh, le chocolat bien chaud avec du beurre.
So,
Ça. Ah, c'est bon, je peux le faire.
we have a cream that cooled down a little bit. And now we have Lena who is preparing this butter. Voilà.
Toi, t'es un patron.
And so I put this back in.
Mon patron de la poche.
To make it really soft. Ah, ok, Lena, est-ce que tu peux rajouter du beurre dans mon bol?
Ouais, on aurait faim.
It feels bad, isn't it? Huh? It feels you should not eat this, and that is going to be too buttery. And that's the thing. I personally, Ferit hunger, cannot eat the. I'll come back when I'm done with this. Look how smooth this becomes. And so the whole thing about this is that you won't see the result right now of this cake because I'm going to prepare it as soon as everything is ready. Basically, I'm going to do a little video update this evening when I put things back all together. But now this. And very well. That's it. Really good texture. Attention, Léna. Elle est où ma petite spatule? Elle est là.
Ah, je l'ai vu.
Tac,
La patronne de nous.
tac. Hop. Tastes amazing. So that's exactly the taste you want. That's exactly the texture you want as well. Because right now it's still a bit too warm. But this is at this temperature that you want to mix the butter with the thing. So with the crème pâtissière. So
Le patron de la patrie.
now
Patron de la patron.
we have a mess, isn't it? We have a real mess out of our kitchen. What's important to keep is this thing, right? Amazing crème mousseline. So today you already learned how to make crème pâtissière and crème mousseline. It's just one evolving into another. So I'm going to clean a little bit of this stuff. And we're going to prepare the strawberries. Okay? Strawberries, really important to prepare them because you cannot just get your strawberries and put them in the cake. They have to be all the same size, right? So you look at your strawberry like this, you just cut the base, and if there is too much of red on it, you keep it for later. Right, I can take one. Look at this. Up. So I cut them, and you see, if I do this, clearly they don't have the same size. So what I do is to... Léna, tu fais quoi? Up. If you have them like this, I keep these trenches on the side. Tac, too big, boom. So they are all roughly the same size. Because when you are going to put the two faces of your sponge cake, if one is higher than the other, up, it's going to be a mess. Because you are going to have all of these things like these strawberries up and down. And so this is how it's done, really easily. Just cut them up. About the same size. That's it. So you can do cooking sessions at home. Your kids can be there. They keep their focus for a certain time. And you can enjoy life with them. Tac. Wow. So these one are the clary. Clary is the type of the strawberries. So you see, bam, about even, all the time, about all roughly the same size. And this way. Tac, tac. That's it. We're going to be good with that, I think. This is up, the rest just for our own pleasure. So, yeah, strawberries, two types of strawberries, mostly in France. Remontantes, non remontantes. So you have the one that we are having right now is the one that are called non remontantes. That means that they are producing early berries, but that they stop right after. After June it's over for this variety. And you have these remontantes who produce a little bit throughout the season. So that's how you can distinguish them. And these ones are really sweet. This is why I'm taking these. Super sweet. Okay. So just for you to see. So we have our strawberries. Isn't that color amazing? Up. We have our cream. Slightly lowish. What's beeping right now as we finish the cream and the thing is this really nice smooth sponge cake who grew like hell. Look at that.
Wow.
Okay, right now what's happening is that it's a bit soft. It has already been an hour together. So what I'm going to do, you can see it's, I mean, I was not alone. So if you are alone, an adult can do all three elements at the same time. And so this is a bit, I think it's too foamy to me. Yeah, definitely, it's not cooked enough. So I think we're going to stop here for today. And I'm going to finish the cooking of these things. And the last, I'm going to do a little video when I'm going to edit and when we're going to show like when this is done and what to do with it, and that's it pretty much. And afterwards it's just need to, cake is over, take it out, put back some plastic film in it, put back the layers of the cake. In between the layers you put the strawberries and your cream, and that's it, you have got your fraisier. So I hope that you enjoyed. So it was 1 hour kind of messy class with Ferit and Lena to do a fraisier today. I hope that you enjoyed. And remember, we're going to do we can do proper cooking class soon, where we can like follow only 1 or 2 person behind the camera, and you can do it at the same time, and I can watch you. We can do a proper Zoom setting. Also talking about the recipe, this is chill. This is super cold. This is what we need for the when we do good cocktails, or when we do the crème chantilly. This is all you need. You need to have this huge basket of. You don't need to have this all ice. And so of course, Karen, we can have this. I'm going to put it together a bit later tonight. And what else? You're welcome, Lynn. I hope that your granddaughter is going to like to do this crème pâtissière thing. And that's it. So next time, stay tuned. And for the next ones, I'm going to try to find a recipe that can actually finish in an hour. Because maybe it was a bit too ambitious. But we did the things properly. It didn't took so much time. And I mean, there was a little mess of a monkey next to me during the presentation. She was helping sometimes, but it's not always easy. And that's it. Is it okay? So see you there. See you next time. Goodbye. And I send you the picture in the tiny video of when we do the assemblage of all of this together later this afternoon. Yeah, she's amazing. She's amazing. I'm complaining because I'm a bad father sometimes. But that's it. Goodbye, Karen. Goodbye, Andrea. Goodbye, Lynn.